In our solar system, not all planets are the same. Just like we discussed earlier, the planets are divided into two major groups based on their structure and location. The first group is known as the inner planets. These include Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They are called inner planets because they are closest to the Sun, and they are also known as terrestrial planets because they have solid, rocky surfaces. Unlike the outer planets, which are made mostly of gas, the inner planets are smaller, denser, and have hard surfaces. These are the planets where you would actually be able to stand, at least in theory. They also have fewer moons and no ring systems, making them very different from the massive gas giants further away from the Sun. Now, before we move forward, let's quickly remember something important that we already discussed. A planet is not just any object in space. According to NASA and the definition by the International Astronomical Union, a planet must meet three conditions. It must orbit the Sun, it must be nearly round due to its own gravity, and it must have cleared its orbit. Keeping this definition in mind helps us understand why certain objects are classified as planets while others are not. Now let's move to the second planet from the Sun, Venus. Venus is one of the most fascinating and extreme planets in our solar system. It is often called Earth's twin because it is very similar in size, structure, and composition. In fact, Venus is about 95% the size of Earth and shares many similarities in its overall makeup. But despite these similarities, Venus is a completely different world. Venus is the hottest planet in the entire solar system. Even though Mercury is closer to the Sun, Venus is hotter because of its thick atmosphere. This atmosphere is made mostly of carbon dioxide, which traps heat through a powerful greenhouse effect. As a result, the surface temperature on Venus can reach around 465 degrees Celsius, which is hot enough to melt lead. This extreme heat makes Venus a very hostile place. The atmosphere is not only hot, but also incredibly dense. The surface pressure on Venus is about 90 times greater than Earth's, which means standing on Venus would feel like being deep under the ocean on Earth. Another interesting feature of Venus is its thick cloud cover. The entire planet is covered with dense clouds made of sulfuric acid. These clouds reflect sunlight very efficiently, which is why Venus appears so bright in the night sky. In fact, it is one of the brightest objects visible from Earth, often called the morning star or evening star. Because of these clouds, we cannot see the surface of Venus directly with normal telescopes. Scientists had to use radar and spacecraft missions to study what lies beneath. What they discovered was a surface filled with volcanic plains, mountains, and signs of intense geological activity. Venus also rotates in a very unusual way. Unlike most planets, it spins in the opposite direction. This means that on Venus, the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Even more surprising, one full rotation on Venus takes longer than one complete orbit around the Sun. This makes a single day on Venus longer than a year on Venus. Another unique aspect of Venus is that it has no moons and no rings. Despite being similar to Earth in size, it lacks many of the features that make Earth unique and habitable. Scientists believe that Venus might have once had conditions similar to Earth, possibly even water in the past. But over time, its atmosphere became thicker and hotter, leading to the extreme greenhouse effect we see today. Studying Venus is extremely important for scientists because it helps us understand how planets evolve over time. Venus shows us what can happen when a planet's atmosphere becomes too thick and traps too much heat. It also helps scientists study climate change on a planetary scale and compare it with Earth. Even today, scientists continue to explore Venus using advanced missions and research. There is still a lot we don't know about this mysterious planet. From its volcanic activity to its thick atmosphere, Venus continues to challenge our understanding of planetary science. The more we learn about Venus, the more we realize how different planets can be, even when they appear similar at first. It reminds us that our solar system is full of surprises, and every planet has its own unique story. If you found this video interesting, take a moment to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. What surprised you the most about Venus? If you want more content like this, make sure to follow the channel and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. The universe is not just bigger than we imagine, it is bigger than we can imagine.